America faces an enemy who has no regard for conventions of war or rules of morality.
I've been told by candidates who did run in campaigns this year that no one asked them about any issues to speak of on our side of the aisle. No issues. They want to know one thing. Are you with Trump?
Is that healthy?
Fake news has morphed into the phrase enemy of the people.
Shortly after 6 p.m., local and federal officers used force to move protesters back from Lafayette Park.
Our military should never fight our own people as enemies of the state.
In order to address extreme corruption with Congress and elections, which is an item that's been used in dozens of countries around the world to signal a readiness for authoritarian rule.
There are times when we must risk our careers in favor of our principles.
During the last decade, the term evangelical became not a theological term, but a political term.
He believes that if they print something that he doesn't agree with, it's fake news. The president does not believe criticism is legitimate, even if it is, and he's not going to budge.
My caucus had sort of brought me in and said, if we'll keep you as leader if you promise not to speak ill of the president anymore for the remainder of his term. It made me realize that this is not something I can continue to be a part of.
Complete and unquestioning loyalty to a president who belongs to my party is unacceptable and suspect. If I have been critical, it is not because I relish criticizing the behavior of the President of the United States. It is because I believe it is my obligation to do so. The notion that one should stay silent and that as the norms and values that keep America strong are undermined, and as the alliances and agreements that ensure the stability of the entire world are routinely threatened, we must be unafraid to stand up and speak out as if our country depends on it, because it does.
When people say, he's a little rough around the edges, he's got some tweets that you may not like, there's no real cost to his rougher side of his nature.
There's a cost to our young people throughout the country. I think there's a cost to just the way people are relating to each other.
This is a moment, I think, of moral clarity and support of our values. It's very clear in the future whether we want to unify the country or whether we want to continue to divide the country.
Chosen to bear the duty and share the honor of serving in our common defense.
Justice for all, our creed of hopes, never to bow, never to fall. Out on anyone, dreams to pursue, through all the colors of red, white.
I've heard from minority members of the military right now who are in despair and in anguish. Appreciated my comments because it gives them some hope that leadership may be more courageous.
Love and kindness and respect still matter, and that's going to win in the end.
We the people of the United States have no place for fear. We have no place for hate.
Donald Trump promised, I will give you everything you've ever wanted if you give me religious cover. That's what he needs in the deal, and we made that deal with him.
To vote for someone who is going to seek to protect them from having their own government weaponized against them through the courts, and is going to continue to put conservative, strict constructionist judges on the courts that are going to give the American people the freedom to make their own choices.
All of a sudden we have President Donald Trump, and the public policy initiatives as it pertains to faith is much more favorable to the evangelical community.
We're not going to let government interfere with your faith.
Let me make it absolutely clear. No religious institution, Catholic or otherwise, none has to pay for contraception, none has to be a vehicle to get contraception in any insurance policy they provide. That is a fact.
And the more people who live there with a sense of morality and love and care for others and human dignity, the more that state is going to flourish.